The 29th annual Manning Passing Academy got underway today. Our Matt DiGregorio was there and spoke with the Mississippi College quarterbacks in attendance.
No, yes, nice, good ball, good rep.
25 of the 32 quarterbacks who began last NFL season as their respective teams starting QB are alumni of the Manning Passing Academy. Nearly 50 of the nation's best collegiate signal callers are camp counselors this weekend over in Thibodaux, Louisiana, including all 3 of the FBS starting quarterbacks in Mississippi.
I came to this camp whenever I was a camper, so being around college quarterbacks whenever I was a kid was pretty cool. So now being the guy that they look up to is pretty cool also. Just being an influence to them, being able to encourage them, be out here to coach them, have fun with them. It's been fun.
I came as an 8th grader one year with one of my buddies, so stayed in a dorm right over there, man. It was it's crazy. Time flies. I mean, I have a picture in my room back in Mississippi of me and Peyton interacting on the field, and I don't even know how I got that picture, but I got it, and so it's crazy to see how it all works out, man.
I asked to come here. Me and Archie were on the same page, and it was every year he asked as much people as possible, and I was like, hey, is there an opportunity for me to come back? I know it's usually college, and him and David Morris, they were super great with it, and but yeah, I was just fired up to be around everybody and grow our relationship.
After Jackson Dart was selected in the first round of the NFL draft, Lane Kiffin's offense officially belongs to Austin Simmons. The 19-year-old redshirt sophomore takes the reins up in Oxford, ready to show the country that the Rebels are for real.
It's a party in Mississippi, I'll tell you that right now. And just being at home, especially just having the whole community out there just screaming to the top of their lungs every single play, it just feels great. I would ever say I love being doubted rather than just being the top dog. You play with more with a bigger purpose. You don't really have much of a target on your back. So I just want to prove everyone wrong.
Following his transfer from Baylor a season ago, Mississippi State quarterback Blake Shapen suffered a season-ending injury in his 4th game as a Bulldog. Since then, Jeff Lebby's roster has changed drastically, but Shapen believes the Dogs can make some noise this season.
I think with Coach Lebby, he knows whenever you lose guys, you got to bring guys in, and I feel like we replaced a lot of roles that we needed to fill, and I think he does a good job with that. I think who he is as a person, just how he relates to the guys, all the different attributes that he has is pretty special. I think for me, like I said, stay healthy for one. I think that's the biggest key for me, and then also go and have the season that I need to have. I mean, obviously our offense is ran by the quarterback position, and so for me to be on par every single week is going to be big.
Since Charles Huff took over the Southern Miss football program, the Golden Eagles roster has undergone an overhaul. Huff was able to bring in Sun Belt Championship game MVP Brilan Braxton, who started in his offense up at Marshall. The Sun Belt Newcomer of the Year makes his way to Hattiesburg after finishing last season 8-0 as a starter and throwing for 1,600 yards to go along with 19 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions.
It's most people think it's easy bringing a lot of people from one team, but when you bring so many people from one team to another team, you have to gel that team. So it's you have to, oftentimes I find myself in a group with 4 or 5 Marshall guys. I'll be all right, let me go talk to some guys that haven't been in Marshall. Or let me talk to some guys that we just brought in, especially being the quarterback. You got to bring everybody together. So, a big thing was Coach Huff. I found a relationship with a head coach that I really value, and I didn't want to let that go. But, of course, being back down south, closer to home is another thing. But also, just the city of Hattiesburg, the resources, the opportunities there are out there it played a huge part in my decision-making process.
Braxton and Southern Miss are slated to host Shapen and the Bulldogs to open the season up in Hattiesburg on ESPN, while Simmons and the Rebels travel to Stark Vegas to battle Shapen's Mississippi State side for the Egg Bowl on November 28th.